Hi there, these comments are for TP. How are you doing today? So you are one of my 30-day TOEFL writing bootcamp course students, Hua, and I gave you a free month. So you can even practice longer. And I think this is the second of two error correction videos. I think I've done one. This is the second one that I'm doing with you right now. And then after this, you can continue sending me writing practice tests. I will not error correct them, but I'll definitely give you feedback on your writing. I will tell you what your score is so you can see what's going on there, but I will not do all the grammar corrections. Okay, so the essay that I read, you're in pretty good shape. I'm going to give you 4 points out of 5, 25 points out of 30. I think the 4 area works pretty well. Well organized, well developed, unity, progression, and coherence. You'll have occasional noticeable minor errors in structure, word form, or use of idiomatic language that do not interfere with meaning. So I think probably because of this area here, I'm putting you in the low 4, right? Not a 5. So you're close. Okay, so let's take a look at your essay now. In today's world, as teenagers graduate from high schools, they plan to further their education and get into their dream schools and universities. Although, just your first error, so although is a subordinating conjunction, you don't want to separate it from the subject and the verb in that dependent clause. So you just say, although colleges or universities have strict rules for admitting students, their goals and aspirations motivate them to try their best. No S is needed there. Just say they try their best to be admitted. They have many reasons to attend universities. They have many reasons to attend universities, but in my eyes, only 2 of them stand out the most. Okay, and I have not seen that thesis before. Universities help students prepare for the university careers for one. By helping students, I'm going to give you some. Your sentence is a little bit short sometimes. By helping students learn the concepts first. No commas needed there. Because in this case, you're using and, but you're not separating 2 independent clauses. You're basically saying learn and gain. So we have universities help students prepare for their future careers. For one, by helping them learn the concepts first and then gain practical skills which are needed for their future jobs. To illustrate, my friend wanted to pursue medicine and become a doctor. For her, the most convenient way of learning was to be admitted to a medical school. She got in, and there she learned many things, including how to diagnose and treat illnesses. Moreover, she had practical sessions where, be careful, she could apply the lessons she had learned theoretically. So this is a problem. I'm not as worried about the should and the could thing because that's kind of probably a typo. So I'm going to just say don't forget your subject in your dependent clauses where she could apply the lesson she had learned theoretically. I see this. She is and she is again, right? To me, that means combine these two. And just start it off like this. Now a full-time doctor treating patients daily She is grateful. Don't even need the word very. It doesn't do much. Now a full-time doctor treating patients daily. She is grateful to the university that helped her prepare so much that she visits the university regularly and volunteers to treat its staff free of charge. Good. That's good. Good paragraph. And what I like is this example. If anybody's watching YouTube, the example that she gave is 93 words, one example. What does that do? That gives progression and depth to the writing. That actually, you get into the 5 here, it shows progression and coherence. Right? You have progression there. It displays unity, progression. You can also see it, but this is progression means she takes that idea and doesn't just mention it in 1 or 2 lines, but she develops it over several lines. That's what I'm talking about. That is the kind of writing I like. Yes. It's not like I'm sitting down to eat a salad here. Are you kidding me? I'm sitting down to eat a salad, but now you're giving me a main course and a dessert. I'm satisfied when I read your writing. That's a good thing. Furthermore, students love to increase their knowledge on many aspects of life. This is a comma splice. This is a sentence structure error. You're trying to combine 2 different independent clauses with a comma. If you just put the semicolon or the period there, you solve the problem. Students love to increase their knowledge on many aspects of life. Thus, they find university a suitable place for this goal. I would just say for this goal. For instance, my cousin, being a very philosophical person, has so many questions about the purpose of humans' existence. And then say maybe as a result, to kind of show that connection of ideas from the one sentence to the next. As a result, she attended a university and chose philosophy as her major. She was an English teacher, and her only goal of attending a university was to increase her knowledge of philosophy and hopefully find some reasonable answers to her questions. Put, the last time I saw her, she told me that she was glad she had attended college. So you have the past and the past perfect. So she was glad. Why? Because she had attended college. So you have the one action, attending the college, occurring before the other past action. And that's exactly why we use the past perfect tense. Now, maybe in 50 years, the past perfect tense will disappear from the English language. That's a good argument. If anybody at YouTube agrees with me or disagrees, make a comment. The question is, how long will the past perfect tense remain in the English language? 20 years, 50 years, 100 years? Do you think it will last forever? I don't. I believe the past perfect tense will be the next tense to disappear from the language. So if anybody at YouTube thinks I'm crazy, go ahead and make a comment below this video. All right, let's keep going. She said that she had learned so many things. And you're kind of saying here that, right? So you don't need the comma there. She had learned so many things that she wouldn't be able to understand if she hadn't pursued. She said that she had learned so many things that she wouldn't have been able to understand if she hadn't pursued a philosophy major. You got at least 3 pretty big errors in here. So this is another one. Watch out here. So what are we trying to do here? So this is complicated. She said that she had learned, right? Now you're talking about, it looks like a past impossible condition. So with past and possible conditions, I don't want to make your head explode here, but past and possible conditions, we have to use the past perfect tense there. And you did. You said hadn't pursued, but then you have wouldn't have been able to, not wouldn't be able to. So that makes it more sound like it's a past and possible condition, and not what you did is kind of mixed. You have kind of a present and possible condition on one part of the sentence, and then a past and possible condition on the other, and that creates a problem. So I think we just fixed it. She said that she had learned so many things she wouldn't have been able to understand if she hadn't pursued a philosophy major. Believe it or not, no commas are needed anywhere in that sentence. Does anybody at YouTube disagree with me? Make a comment below, no problem. Let's keep going. The university period indeed had enriched her knowledge as she was able to talk about human nature in a philosophical perspective for so many hours consecutively. All in all, although teachers attend universities for many different reasons, I believe having a proper career life and enriching one's understanding of life are the most common motivations that students have when they choose to pursue higher education and attend universities. I think you can just say this: when they choose to pursue higher education at university, something like that. Now, if you want to make this a little bit more formal, sometimes contractions have a way of making the tone less formal. So if you don't use the contractions, you make it a little more formal. That's probably a little bit, but I'm not saying it's wrong by any means. Okay, so my analysis of your writing right now is I gave you 25 points out of 30, and it just means that you have a few errors in there. You only wrote 377 words. I mean, if you want to show a little bit more development, you can add a third paragraph, a third reason. But the good thing is you spent adequate development in these paragraphs. So I mean, you have 149 words here. I mean, you have 122 here, so clearly you're showing the IBT human raters that you know how to take a topic and develop it, and you have that progression. But Michael, she only has two paragraphs, not three. But still, she's showing that you can indeed develop your ideas. And I like how you don't put too many examples in any of those body paragraphs. So those are all good things that you're doing in your writing. Okay, so I think if you want to review this grammar, I'm going to tell you the key words, right? Unreal and real conditions in English grammar, or English grammar and past impossible conditions. Those are some good key words for you there. You did have a problem with a comma splice, so go to Google. What is a comma splice? I think that's something that you can also learn and work on. And maybe one more thing that might be helpful is you can learn about it in the punctuation area of my website. I still think that you don't have 100% control. Well, you're never going to get 100% control, but you don't have maybe 80% control over your punctuation. So sometimes you put commas in there when they're not needed, and I think you can learn a little bit more about the semicolon. So go to the grammar part of my online course. I have some excellent videos that talk about punctuation. You should review those and look at those videos and then try to improve your writing accordingly. All right, so overall, though, you're a good writer. You got a great sense of how to structure and develop your ideas. And like I said, I just think you have some occasional noticeable minor errors in structure, word form that can create some problems, but they don't interfere with meaning at all.